Today we're going to go over parallel lines and transversals and kind of how to do the math and how the angle relations work together. Okay, looking at this, it looks like a lot, but we will be able to figure that out. So let's look at the information we know, okay? It's always a good idea to highlight what you know or what you know to be true. So given that W is parallel to V, so line W right here is parallel to line V. So that means I am looking at two different sets of transversals. This is a transversal. This is a transversal, okay? These are my parallel lines. So now, knowing that, let's look at the information we have. So if I look here, I have an angle measurement here. These are just angle numbers. These are all angle numbers. Some more angle numbers. Oh, I have a measurement here and some more angle numbers. First thing, before I would fill out any of this, I would take my pencil, maybe some different colors, and write the information we know. So I know that this angle is 104 degrees. Well, if that angle is 104 degrees, the vertical angle across from it, so being angle 9, would also be 104 degrees. Well, if I know that, I also know that the alternate interior angle of 9 is 12. That would also be 104 degrees. 12 and 13 are vertical angles, so that says 13 would be 104 degrees. Oh, let me fix that so it looks like more of a degree sign. Also, this angle and this angle are alternate exterior angles, so those are also going to be congruent, the exact same measurement. Now, how do I find these measurements for this transversal that I don't know? Well, if we remember that the measurement of a straight line is 180 degrees, in order to figure out these measurements, I just take 180 degrees, or 180 minus 104 to find out that angle measurement. So I get 76 degrees. So 14 is 76 degrees, 11 is 76 degrees, 11 and 10 are alternate interior angles, 76 degrees, they are congruent, and 8 would be 76 degrees. Before I answer anything else, I would look at our other transversal on the parallel lines and do the same thing I just did to this one with this one. So let's come up with a color we haven't used yet. Let's go pink. Okay, so this one is 59 degrees. Well, 6 is a vertical angle to that. It is an identical 59 degrees. Well, 3 is a alternate interior angle to that 59, so it is also 59 degrees. 2 is a alternate exterior angle from 6. 2 is also a vertical angle from 3, so it is also 59 degrees. Now, to figure out what angle 7 is, if I know this angle right here was 59 degrees, 7, these two angles added together will equal 180. So again, take 180 minus 59, and I get 121 degrees. So 7 is 121 degrees. 5 is a vertical angle of that, 121 degrees. 4 is an alternate interior, 121 degrees. And 1 is a vertical angle to 4. 1 is also a exterior or alternate exterior angle to 7. It is also 121 degrees. Now that I have wrote all of that, answering all of these questions over here will not be as daunting. So angle 1 is right here. It is 121 degrees. Angle 2, I said, was 59 degrees. Angle 3, I said, was 59 degrees. Angle 4, which is right here, is 121 degrees. Angle 5 is also 121 degrees. Angle 6, 59 degrees. 7, 121. 8 is over on this other transversal, so that is 76. 9 is 104 degrees. 10 is 76 degrees. 11, 76 degrees. 12, 104. 13, 104. And 14, 76 degrees. Okay, now looking at this. So we need to classify the angle pairs corresponding alternate interior, alternate exterior, or consecutive interior, and then find the value for x. So let's look at these two angles. So I have an angle here and I have an angle here. Those two, how would we classify them? Okay, so they are alternate exterior, and they are congruent, so they have the exact same measurement. So to solve for x, I know this angle is going to equal this angle. So that's exactly how I write it. 8x plus 19 equals 139. And now I just solve for x. Now get 8 by itself. Divide by 8, that'll leave x. Divide by 8, x equals 15. Now looking at number 2, I have this angle and this angle here. Those are going to be corresponding. So they fall roughly on the same corresponding similar sides to that transversal. These are both parallel. I can tell by the little triangles here. So they are corresponding. And they are also congruent. So equal sign with a little wavy thing is what that is. So again, 17x minus 45 equals 108, and I solve for x. X will equal 9. Here's where it gets ever so slightly trickier. Okay, so this is pointing to this angle right here, this interior angle, and this is pointing to this interior angle. So we are pointing at these angles here, this angle and this angle. Well, I know those are alternate interior angles. I know those are going to be congruent, so they're going to have the same measurement. But I don't know what x is on either one of those. So how do I solve for x? Well, we know that they're going to be the same measurement, so set them equal to each other. So 13x minus 43 equals 7x minus 1. Now I work to get my variable terms to one side and my constants to the other, and then solve for x. So remember, we're going to, if I have, this is plus 7x, I'm going to minus 7x from this side, minus 7x here. That will cancel out, leaving me just negative 1 equals 6x minus 43. Now I have minus 43. I want to add 43 to both sides of the equation. Okay, that will cancel that out, leaving me just 6x equals 42. And now I need to go ahead and get x by itself. So in order to get x by itself, I have to divide both sides by 6, leaving me just x, and x equals 7. Same thing on this next one here. So this is pointing at this interior angle and this interior angle. Okay. What are those angles? How do they relate? Well, since there are one that comes after another, okay, they come right in together. So they are consecutive. And they are on the inside, so they are interior. So consecutive, interior angles. And consecutive interior angles add up to equal 180 degrees. So knowing that, that is what I do. I set those angles, so this angle plus this angle will equal 180 degrees. So 6x plus 2 plus 11x minus 9 equals 180 degrees. Now, first thing I want to do is combine like terms. So variable term, constant, constant. So 6x plus 11x gives me 17x, okay? I used up both those. 2 minus 9 gives me negative 7 equals 180 degrees. Now I solve for x. So plus 7, that will cancel out. 187 equals 17x. Get x by itself. I need to divide both sides by 17. That will cancel out. X equals 11.